All right, ladies and gentlemen. So today I'm going to be talking about why I make content, why I believe that personal brand is super important, and how I've been able to build a personal brand and build a multi six-figure business around it. So I've actually made this slide a few months ago, back in February, when I had a workshop at my studio. And so this is just my dog here, just, something about me. So here we have a logo of Toyota, McDonald's, and Honda. And the reason why I have this here is because when you're driving, the car in front of you is either going to be a Toyota or a Honda, and the restaurant to your left side is probably McDonald's. And these logos are already well known. These are brands that are already well established. But yet, if they're making content, why am I not? These guys are a multi-billion dollar enterprise and they're still spending hundreds of millions of dollars with marketing. And I remember there was one time I was just scrolling through my YouTube feed and I was seeing advertisements from Toyota, Honda, and McDonald's. And I stopped myself and I asked myself, I was like, yo, these brands are already so recognized. They're already well known. They're all over the world, but yet they're still spending money to get in front of my eyes. Very interesting. So that really shifted a lot of things for me. Then here we have Alex Hermosi, and this is something that I really like that I don't know if this is actually originally came from him or he got it from someone, but he says people need to be reminded more than they are taught. Remind them now, convert them later. And the reason why I like this a lot is because marketing is not about converting them right there and then. It's about them thinking of you first when they need your products or your service. And so for me, when I'm marketing, my whole goal is to just be on top of mind for these people. I don't need them to buy a video from me today. But what I want them to do, the type of behavior I want them to have is when they think of content, when they hear someone talking about content, I want them to think about me first. I want to be that guy for them. And so when I'm marketing, I'm not in their face telling them, hey, buy my shit right now. I'm just simply just telling them that I exist, just reminding them that me and my business partner and my business just exist. That's the whole purpose of it. So now, here's the main question. Why do I make a personal brand? Well, first and foremost, I want to make money. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm in the business, and as much as I love what I do, obviously, if there was no money in it, I don't think I'd be really into this. And that's just being fully transparent. And the second thing I have on here is it's an instant icebreaker between you and your customer. And so the reason why I wrote this here is because people buy from people they like and trust. And building a personal brand allows you to build goodwill with your audience. And when they are constantly seeing you on their social media pages, they're gonna eventually build trust around you and your brand. And it really benefits me because when I eventually get people on a sales meeting, I feel like the content that they've watched from me helps me sell them. And so when I'm on a sales meeting with people, I feel like they've already been sold 90%, and I just need to do that last 10% push for them to really go forward. And so have here written subliminally promote my business. So for me, when I'm making my personal brand content, if you haven't gotten a chance to see my social media, I'm just documenting myself as an entrepreneur. And because the business that I'm in is content marketing, it just subliminally promotes my business because I'm just documenting myself as an entrepreneur. So here, this is an interesting one. How does someone make money from content? So there are two buckets. The most common one is the influencer route. So in order for you to make money from as an influencer, you have to rely on the platform monetizing you. So that's whether that's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it may be. And you have to rely on them paying you, or if you are big enough, you might get sponsorship deals. But being an influencer is very, very difficult because typically before you can even be monetized or get sponsorship deals, you need to have like hundreds of thousands of followers, really good impressions, and it's a little bit difficult, but you know, there are influencers that are making millions of dollars by just doing the things that they do. And then the other bucket is being a marketer. I myself, I'm a marketer and I make my money because I have a pre-existing service, right? And so people that get on social media, they that already have a pre-existing business and they're either selling a product or a service, they're on there just to market their business. They're not there to be an influencer. They don't care to make money about through sponsorship. They don't care to be monetized. They just want people to buy their shit, whether they're selling a product or their service. That's the whole goal here because they already have they already have a pre-existing way of making money. They don't need to rely on this. So, how much money do I make? So, I did this little fun little project, not fun project. I did this fun little experiment with ChatGPT. So what I did was I took a screenshot of my page. As you can see, I have about 6,000 followers, and I took that and I put on ChatGPT and I gave it a prompt by saying, how much money do you think this Instagram page make? And then it gave me three things. It's a little bit vague. So on the low end, it said about $2,000 to $5,000 a month, mid-range $5,000 to $15,000 a month. The high end is $15,000 to $50,000 a month. And I'll tell you guys the actual real answer at the end. But this was just really interesting because ChatGPT is just so smart. And but yeah. Uh, Too quick. Okay, what kind of content do I post? So, as I mentioned to you earlier, the type of content I post is just me documenting myself as an entrepreneur. I try to really showcase the company's culture and a lot of Instagram stories. And this is all strategic. I don't care to be an influencer. I don't care about people knowing that I'm an entrepreneur. But the whole reason why I document myself as an entrepreneur is because it subliminally promotes my business. Like I said earlier, because I'm documenting myself, I'm obviously engaging with my team, I'm engaging with my clients. I'm always going to be at my studio and people are just going to see that. I'm just constantly reminding people that I have a business and this is what I do. And the company's culture. I really showcase a lot of the company's culture because I find that this is the best way for me to combat being commoditized. So, being in a content marketing business is very easy to be commoditized because there are a lot of people that do it. And clients, if they can get the exact same thing, they're going to go to the ones that are going to be the cheapest. But for me, the reason why I'm so big with my company's culture is because I believe that this is the best way for me to combat being commoditized. Because even if there is another company that offers the exact same services that we do, same pricing, but because they see my company's culture, they know that we have high energy, they know that we're fun to work with, they know that our clients are just super happy with us, they're gonna pick my company over the other company. So this is why I'm big with documenting my company's culture. And then I also have a lot of stories. I post a lot of stories. And for me, I generally believe that stories is where you really nurture your followers. The reason why people are able to transition from being a fan to a super fan is because you're able to take them behind closed doors and really show them the back end of your business and who you are as a as a person. And when people know a little bit more about you on a deeper level, I feel like that's when they really become a super fan and that's when they really support you. And The reason why you want super fans is because if people are gonna ride with you and if they can sell for you, that's when you win the game. Imagine if you had 1,000 followers and all those followers were super fans and all those followers just were riding with you and they were selling for you. They loved everything that you do, that they would go out and sell your services. They would go out of their way and tell people about your business. Imagine that. You would be making millions. Okay. My learning lessons by creating a personal by building a personal brand. People are nosy. Use it to your advantage. People are always gonna want to know about your life. People are always gonna want to know what's going on. And so use it to your advantage. So make sure that you're putting good information out there so that it sticks to their mind. The things you do are more interesting than you think. So I get a lot of people saying, "Hey, I don't know what to post. My life is boring. There's really not much for me to talk about." But that's because they're undermining the things that they do. People love the entrepreneur more than they love the business. And so if you're an entrepreneur, just showcase the behind the scene. People love that. People will resonate with that. And just because it feels so mundane for you does not mean that other people are going to feel the exact same way. And this is why you'll see a lot of content of people making a get ready with me morning routine. Those videos go super viral because people are interested on the behind the scene. People are interested on the actual person. It's not always about the outcome, it's about the journey. So, yeah, if you think that your life is boring, trust me, it's not. Start documenting it. People will always find it interesting. Third one here, the more I posted, the more money I made. And I stand by this wholeheartedly. And this is because attention is the new currency. You could have the best business in the world, but if nobody knows about it, you're going to make exactly $0. But there are also businesses out there that are shit. They sell shit products, they have a shit service, but their marketing is amazing. They're in front of millions of people, so they're making a lot of money. And so this is why it's really important for you to be posting videos, because the more videos you have, the more eyeballs that you're giving to your business. And if you have a video, post it everywhere. You already have that asset. Don't just post it on Instagram, post it on Facebook, post it on TikTok, post it on LinkedIn, post it on YouTube Shorts. It doesn't matter. You already have the asset. So why waste it by just only posting on one social media platform? Because you might only get 1,000 views on Instagram, but that same video might get you 100,000 views on TikTok. So you don't want to leave any views behind, because, like I said, attention is the new currency. You never know who's watching. Okay, so this is bringing back to the question of how much money do I make? So this isn't for me to brag. This is actually a learning lesson. And so for my business, we're a bit on the higher end, 15 to $50,000 a month. And the reason why I bring this up is because if you look here, none of my videos really surpass over 4,000 views. I have 6,000 followers and none of my videos even break 4,000 views. But yet I'm still able to build a multi six-figure business. This is insane, guys. This is insane. And this is because I'm talking to the right audience. I don't need 1 million views. I don't need even 10,000 views. I don't even need 1,000 views. Okay. I just need 100 people. And maybe even if 20% of those people buy my services, it's still going to be a very, very successful business. Because for me, I need quality views. I don't need quantity. Because remember, like I said in the beginning, I'm a marketer, I'm not an influencer. I don't make my money based off of vanity metrics like views or engagement. I make my money when people buy my services. And so for me, I much rather have, like I said, 100 views and 20 people buy from me than a million views and have nobody buy from me, because I do not benefit from a million views. I benefit from people that are buying my stuff. Now, of course, if you get a lot of views, then the chances of people buying your services is a lot higher. But I'm just trying to outline here that you really want to make sure that you're talking to the right target audience and that you really are catering to them if you're trying to make your money as a marketer because you have a pre-existing business. But anyway, something better than money, content helped me find great people that I'm able to build my business with. This is huge, guys. Like, because I've been able to build a personal brand, just a little bit over 6,000 followers, all of my editors, I found them through my content. Everybody that films for us, I've been able to develop a relationship with them because they came across my content. And so I'm constantly finding other people. People are finding me now. Great talent is finding me instead of, because one thing in business is, one of the most difficult thing in business is finding good talent. And when you have a strong personal brand and people really see your vision, people see your culture, and people trust you, they're gonna want to work with you. And this is one of the best ROI by far of building a personal brand. So, yeah, this is a new type of video for me. This is, like I said, a presentation that I had done a few months ago, back in February, when we had a workshop. But yeah, hopefully I make more of these, and I'll see you guys.